Hi, guys, and welcome back to my verbal journal. I'm Maci, your host, and I'm so happy you're here. If you're new, this is a podcast where we talk about everything wellness in all aspects of our lives, from mental health to nutrition, fitness, and just life as a 20 something. And yeah, just simple chit chat. So, today I really wanted to give you guys some tips and just share ways that I prioritize my health and well being, whether it's food, movement, mindfulness, all the in between. There are just like so many aspects of our health, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, and then even creating healthy relationships with others. So yeah, I just wanted to share some tips with you guys today. So you guys can just kind of take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But before we get into the episode, let's do our usual segments where I share some things I've been loving lately and an unpopular opinion that I have. There's kind of a lot today for things I've been loving. Okay, so number one, um, peppermint chocolate mocha ninja creamy recipe. Um, okay, so for this, I use one of the Slate protein drinks and then I mix it with the Chobani peppermint mocha creamer. So I do a tablespoon of that. And then I put a couple drops of peppermint extract in. And then, yeah, that's kind of it for the base. And then for mix-ins, I like they're like the Back to Nature mint cookies. They're kind of like Thin Mints. Well, they basically are Thin Mints, but they're from Sprouts. So I do two of those and then some Catalina Crunch dark chocolate cereal. So that's been really good lately. And then the second thing, kind of going with the theme of food, chocolate protein oats. So, I like the Simply Elizabeth brand of oatmeal, like just the quick packets. They're great for just like a quick snack when I'm like starving. Um, in between lunch and dinner, I will just like put, I'll just grab a bag of these oats and then I'll put um, a quarter of a cup of Fairlife chocolate milk and then a little bit of protein powder and some dark chocolate cocoa powder. And then I just top it with some bananas and it's so, so good. So, highly recommend trying that, especially since it's like cold outside. I don't know, a bowl of warm oats just kind of has been hitting lately. And then, still going along with the theme of food, the third thing I've been loving is the fruity cereal flavored Catalina Crunch. It literally tastes like Fruit Loops. Like, if you liked Fruit Loops as a kid, I highly recommend getting this cereal. It's 11 grams of protein, 9 grams of fiber per serving. So yeah, I'll do half a cup of that and then I'll mix it with frozen blueberries. I like the Wyman's brand, the mini frozen blueberries, the wild blueberries. They're so good. And then I'll also mix in some strawberries in there, and then I'll just do almond milk. And yeah, literally tastes like Fruit Loops. So good. And then the fourth and final thing I've been loving lately is the TV show New Amsterdam. And I can't believe I haven't watched this before, but it's so good. Um, it kind of reminds me of The Resident, if you've seen that. Um, I don't know if it's like Grey's Anatomy. I only got through like 3 seasons of Grey's Anatomy before someone spoiled it, and also I was just kind of bored with it, to be honest, which is shocking for me because I love long series, as I've discussed in past episodes. Like, I'm a TV show girly through and through, so I'm surprised I didn't really fuck with that. But New Amsterdam is super good. The main character, Max Goodwin, is also in The Blacklist, and I've talked about that show before. So good. Definitely one of my top favorite shows I've ever watched. I wish I could watch it from the beginning over again and not know what happens. Um, so yeah, he plays a very different role in both of the shows, so it's kind of cool to see him, um, his like adaptability as an actor. So, New Amsterdam, super good. It's about a hospital, so highly recommend checking that out if you need a new show to watch over break. But yeah, okay, so those are the things I've been loving lately. And then an unpopular opinion that I have is that New Year's is overrated. And I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion. I feel like a lot of people feel this way, but I don't know. It just like, I feel like I get so sad after Christmas ends and like really stressed about the new year starting. Um, and I feel like you're just expected to like have these big plans. And honestly, like we always just have people up at our mountain house in Winter Park, and it's super fun. We have a party and stuff, and like there's a bunch of people play a bunch of games and stuff. But like it's kind of it's kind of overhyped. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's just another day. We don't have to treat the new year like it's some monumental, groundbreaking thing where we need to change everything in our lives or feel behind or stuck. So yeah, that's kind of why I wanted. I mean, if you listen to my last episode, is all about New Year's resolutions, um, and how I don't really agree with New Year's resolutions and just kind of ways to come up with goals and stuff like that that you can implement. And I don't really understand the point of waiting till January 1st. If you feel like you want to make a change and you want to start implementing a new habit, start tomorrow because pushing it off is not helpful, and honestly it's just weighing on your mind. It's just delaying the inevitable. And it's delaying your progress. So yeah, start tomorrow. Don't wait till January 1st when you're hungover and freaking out and contemplating everything. So yeah, that's my unpopular opinion. Not much to update you guys on. Currently, it's the middle of finals week, and I'm feeling very ready to go home back to Colorado, but also just kind of enjoying being at school without the stress of having a million things to do, and like a million papers due, a million assignments going on, because so I had my two hardest finals on Monday of this week, and then I had another final Tuesday morning, and then I had a paper due Monday night. That was my final for another class. And then my last final is on Friday morning. But thankfully, this year I had solid grades in my classes, so I wasn't like relying on the final to boost or drop me a letter grade. So this has been the most peaceful finals week of my life, I'm not gonna lie. Um, that's not normally the case. Last year I had borderline grades in microbiology and chemistry, which were my two hardest classes, and finals week and the probably like the 2 weeks leading up to it, I literally spent like 10 to 15 hours a day in the library, and it was horrible. So I'm just happy that it isn't like that this year. But yeah, I'm kind of just ready to go home, just pack up and spend time with my family over break, go to some Avalanche games, some Broncos games, and just really start to feel the Christmas season because right now, I don't know, I'm not feeling very holly jolly. I'm not feeling the Christmas vibes. So I'm hoping once I get back to Colorado, maybe it'll start snowing, it'll just start to feel like Christmas. I'm really hoping. Um but yeah, last year was rough. I actually considered transferring again last year. If you don't know, I played soccer at Bentley for 2 years and then transferred to TCU and changed my major from finance to nutrition and dietetics. So last year was my first year at TCU. But yeah, after first semester last year, I literally contemplated transferring back to Boston. I wanted to go to Boston University because I really missed Boston. I still do. If I could move TCU's campus to Boston, I literally would because I am not the biggest fan of Texas. It's not really my vibe, but I do love TCU now. Um, so after second semester last year, I kind of got through that transition and made friends and things were good. So I stayed at TCU and I'm really glad I did. Because the school is great, the community's great, the people are great. But yeah, so all my finals are at the beginning of the week. Now I'm just kind of packing up, studying for my last final, and then heading back home for Christmas. So I know finals and tests, I know a lot of you guys are probably in college listening, and I know this can be a super stressful time. So just remember to take care of yourself and remember that your worth and value is not determined by any test or any grade. It isn't that deep, so don't let yourself get too overconsumed by it. I definitely did last year, and my physical and mental health was suffering because of it, and it definitely wasn't worth it. So just be proud of yourself. You got through the semester, and a break is literally right around the corner. Maybe you're listening to this and your break has already started. So yeah, now that the holidays are kind of in full swing, I know it can be hard sometimes, especially as we get older, to kind of feel the holiday spirit. And it sucks to be dealing with any sort of like seasonal blues or fatigue when you feel like you're supposed to be happy and like embracing the giving season. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about some small things you can do to boost your mood, just kind of feel a sense of purpose and just fill your body with more of what it needs to be the best version of yourself. For me, Christmas was always something I'd looked forward to as a kid, every year, as most kids do. But as I've gotten older, it kind of just seems like the magic has faded. Um, and I don't know, it just kind of feels like more people treat the holidays as like a chore or a hassle than something to like celebrate. And when you get older, I feel like you notice more of the like the family drama, the complaining about cooking and cleaning, the financial issues, all the things we like quote unquote have to do. And yeah, all these things are understandable, and I'm not saying to just like ignore them, but the point is to appreciate what we all get to do and emphasis on get to do, not have to do, because so many people are stuck in hospitals right now, or they're unable to be with loved ones. Maybe they live super far away. Maybe their flights got canceled because of weather. Maybe they don't have the money to travel. Um, so I just think it's important to kind of shift our focus to gratitude and abundance because, yeah, although we may complain about having to bake all these bake these cookies or make a meal or deal with family drama or have the family over and all the cleanup and the mess, that's something that we get to do, and you're not going to be able to do that forever because obviously family members, they aren't going to be around forever. So just putting down your phone, appreciating that time, maybe trying to learn something from them because they've experienced a lot and probably have a lot to share. And so taking an interest in that. I guess when another thing, one way I like really have been trying to focus on gratitude and abundance is by getting gifts for my parents. So for Christmas and like my friends and everyone. Because when I was younger, I always like really obviously enjoyed receiving gifts. All kids like, oh my God, Santa, yay. Um, and I definitely enjoyed receiving gifts a lot more than I enjoyed giving them away. But honestly, now I think I like giving gifts better than receiving them because honestly, nothing beats seeing someone so excited or happy when you give them something that made you think of them. And it doesn't have to be anything expensive or fancy, but just I'll like see stuff pop up on ads on TikTok or Instagram or in stores, or even like making things with my hands, like whether it's a meal, muffins, whether it's a blanket or a painting that makes me think of someone. It's just such an easy way to express gratitude and just show someone that you care, that you're thinking about them. And I don't know, I just feel like my parents have done so much for me that there's nothing I could ever really do to possibly give them the same things back. But I do love giving them gifts on Christmas. One really great website for this is Uncommon Goods. I found so many things on there for my parents and my friends that are super unique and customizable. Last year, I got my dad pickleball coasters for his office, and then I found a ski chairlift painting that was customizable. So it had all four of my family members with our names, and then you could even add pets. So it had both of our dogs on there. And I gave it to my parents for our house in the mountains, and they absolutely loved it. And it honestly wasn't that expensive. So I highly recommend checking out their website if you're looking for gifts for people. But yeah. Okay, I'll stop yapping now and actually give y'all the tips I have for just feeling better day to day and taking care of yourself, especially in the winter months. So the first thing I have is I know it's talked about a lot, but a morning routine. Not one that has to be complex or crazy, but something super simple and that makes you happy. Something that's easy to maintain and just kind of gives you a start to your morning every day that you don't have to think twice about. Like you just get up and it's just habit, you do it. You don't experience that decision fatigue. You just kind of have it down and it's just something that comes naturally. So, my morning routine, and I'm not giving you guys my morning. I hate doing this because I don't want you guys to think that you have to make your morning routine like anyone else's that you see on TikTok or on a podcast or on Instagram. Like, your morning routine should be unique to you, and there is no perfect morning routine. It's gonna be different for everyone. But I'll just kind of share mine and tell you like what I find that's helpful in the mornings. So normally at school, I wake up at 5:15. I go to bed early. You do not have to wake up this early. It's just I'm weird. I wake up at 5:15. I have the Hatch alarm clock, and I hate to say it. I really hate to say it, but it is worth the fucking money. I know it's so fucking expensive for no reason. It's literally an alarm clock. But I got it last year for Christmas, and I'm obsessed with like I use it every day, obviously, morning and night. And I think especially if you're someone who does wake up early like me before the sun, it's super, super helpful. I used to just use my iPhone alarm and I would wake up, it would go off at 5:15 and I would literally just feel a sense of panic right when I woke up every day. And it was like honestly terrifying. Like I don't know how I did that. But the Hatch basically it slowly wakes you up. You can set the time period when the light starts, but and you can change the different lights and the sounds, but I have mine on a 10-minute interval. And then I have like the morning sunrise. I think it's Malibu sunrise. I don't remember which setting it's on. But it basically starts off super dim and it's actual UV like sunlight rays. Um, and it just comes on slowly and then the music starts playing quiet and then gets louder and louder and then at 5:15 it's like playing fully and the lights fully on. So it kind of wakes your body up slowly and that has been a game changer for me. So yeah, I'll get up at 5:15, getting out of bed right away, not looking at my phone. I just look at my phone to turn my alarm clock off and that's it. Um, but getting up right away after your alarm clock I think is the best thing you can do because that snooze, I hate to say it, but that extra 5 minutes is just gonna it's not doing anything for you. It's not. I promise you it's not. You're just gonna feel worse when your alarm goes off 5 minutes later. So get up right when your alarm goes off and then okay, so I'll get ready for the gym and brush my teeth, make my bed, 5:15 to 5:45. I used to be that person where my mom would be like, Maci, you need to make your bed. And I'd be like, why? I'm literally fucking just gonna sleep in it tonight. Like, why would I waste my time making it? But making your bed is so helpful. I think everyone needs to be making their bed every single day, every morning. Make it a habit. I know I said don't make your morning routine like everyone else, but I think making your bed is a universal thing that everyone should do. So yeah, make your bed because when you go back into your room, it just makes it feel a lot more put together. Kind of gives you, it's an easy task to just check off your to-do list right in the morning and kind of gets your day going. So yeah, I'll make my bed and then I live like 10-15 minute walk from the gym. So I'll go down, I have my overnight oats that I prepare the night before and then I just put some blueberries and bananas on top with some cinnamon and I'll eat that on my way to the gym. So I'll walk to the gym and then I'll lift from 6 to like 7:30. And then I walk home and I'll shower from 7:30 to like 7:45, 7:50 and then I'll go to class at 8. So I live like a 5-minute walk from my class. So that's why I can do that. I also don't put makeup on in the morning or do anything crazy. I literally just hop in the shower, rinse off, and then throw on some leggings and an avalanche hoodie, walk to class. And then I'll come home from class at 9 and I'll make my breakfast, which is, I've talked about it before. I won't bore you with the details. if you're curious, you can DM me or listen to past episodes because I explain my breakfast that I've had every single day for the past 2 years and will continue to have literally the rest of my life. So, yeah. So yeah, that's my morning routine. One thing that has really helped in the mornings is just getting that morning sunlight. And this is super important, especially as it's darker outside and colder outside and we don't see as much sunlight. So if you listen to Andrew Huberman, he kind of explains the importance of morning sunlight and how it helps your circadian rhythm and your sleep at night. So honestly, your nighttime routine is actually starting in the morning. So whether you like your morning coffee and you want to maybe sit outside and drink it, maybe go on a 10-minute walk in the mornings, maybe get a UV lamp, something to just get the sunlight, get the vitamin D into your body in the morning and allow your eyes to see the sun. So, yeah, that is a great part of the morning routine. And then, okay, second tip, kind of going along with this, is your nighttime routine. Sorry, I need water. Okay, so I think that your nighttime routine is just as important as a morning routine. Whether it's taking a hot shower, listening to music, getting in a matching PJ set, reading, drinking a cup of tea, just whatever makes you feel at ease and brings you joy, do it. Make it second nature so you don't even have to think twice about it. You should be excited for your nighttime routine and to go to bed. It doesn't need to be like some long, drawn out, complicated routine, but it can be. But just something you look forward to and gets you ready for bed. So personally for me, my nighttime routine, I do my skincare. Sometimes I do a full body shower twice a week. So I'll do a full body shower, hair mask, stuff like that. And then I get my Ninja Creamy out of the freezer, set a timer for 30 minutes while it thaws, because you have to if you have a Ninja Creamy, you know. If you know, you know. And so while that thaws, I journal in my bed. And I'll talk more about journaling later in this episode. But yeah, then I make my Ninja Creamy and I watch a show while I eat it, and then I go to bed. So that has been a game changer for me, just having a nighttime routine that I look forward to every single night. And just kind of send signals to my body that, okay, it's time to wind down, time to go to bed. I try to set a timer. I try to stop work, whether it's school work, podcast work, whatever it is, just at a certain time, and then start my nighttime routine. Okay, and third tip. I know you hate to hear it. I know you've heard it a million times. Drink more water. Especially in the winter, I find myself slacking in the water department in the winter because it's like, oh, it's not hot outside, so I'm like not as thirsty. I don't like think about it as much. But water is just as important in the winter as it is in summer. So, for me, something that helps me drink more water is the Ultima electrolyte powder. I like the strawberry lemonade flavor. You can get it on Amazon. It's not that expensive. Has a lot less sodium than the Element packets, if you've seen those, and those are also fucking so expensive. I can't believe I used to drink those. Those are great for like athletes who need the extra sodium and stuff after. But if you're just kind of someone who you work out, you're not like a crazy athlete, college athlete, professional, I would opt for the Ultima. It has a lot less sodium and tastes great, and it lasts a long time, and it's less expensive. So I also like the Lemon Perfect waters, even though they're really, really expensive. They sell them on Amazon. They also sell them in the grocery stores, but they're really strong. They're really sweet. It's literally just lemon and water. Like there's not like sugar or anything in it. But I think they're like real. I don't even know how they have so much flavor, but I mix them with regular water, to kind of just water them down a little bit, and it helps me drink even more water. So yeah, I like the dragon fruit mango flavor, the strawberry passion fruit flavor, and the peach raspberry the best. And then the lemon one legit tastes exactly like lemonade. So if you like lemonade, highly recommend. Um, but yeah, I also love my Awala water bottle because the lid like closes so it feels less gross. So I like taking it to the gym because I feel like it's not getting infected with germs. And then they have a bunch of colors. I got mine on Amazon. Um, and the button is like so addicting too, like to play with. I like sit in class and I'm like fidgeting with it. Um, but yeah, the sippy lid is like honestly kind of fun to drink out of. So it helps me drink more water. Um, but yeah, it's a lot lighter than a Hydro Flask and it still keeps your water super cold and keeps your ice from melting. So I highly recommend getting that, and it's also a great gift to get people for Christmas if you're looking for something to get people. So, yeah, they're not that expensive, but anyways, it's just really important to be drinking a lot of water, especially if you're exercising and you take creatine like I do, because creatine pulls water into your muscles to enhance growth and optimize performance and recovery. But it can't do that if you're not adequately hydrated. And that's why people are like, oh, I started taking creatine and I got like stomach cramps, like I didn't feel good. That was literally me. And by people, I literally mean me. A few years ago when I tried to take creatine and I just stopped taking it because I was like, ugh, it's just hurting my stomach. But now I drink a lot more water than I did when I was like in high school and freshman in college and stuff like that. So yeah, I mix my creatine into my 40-ounce hydro flask with water and then half of the lemon perfect water after my workouts. And it legit does have to make me pee every 5 minutes, but I promise you it's worth it. So, yeah, take creatine and drink water. Okay, I think we're on tip number 4, but tip number 4, get 20 to 30 grams of protein in your breakfast before you drink caffeine. This is going to just give you way more energy throughout the day, and it's going to help prevent those energy crashes or the mid-morning like need for a nap. Um so yeah, ways to do that: Greek yogurt. 1 egg has 7 grams of protein. Um yeah, just trying to get in even oatmeal, adding some protein powder to your oatmeal if you have that in the morning. You can drink bone broth if you're not really a huge breakfast person. You can add, they have like hot cocoa bone broth now. So I really want to try that. Look it up on your TikTok if you are curious about that. And stuff will pop up. But yeah, getting protein in the morning is going to be so helpful. For your mood, your tummy, literally everything. Your muscles, everything. Okay, number 5, walking. And this is difficult in the winter, and I get really sad in the winter because it's cold out, so I can't walk outside and get my vitamin D in as often as I would like. But if you have a gym or you have a treadmill in your house or like a gym membership, you don't have to have a gym in your house. But yeah, that's great. Sometimes after a meal, when I'm feeling super low energy, I'll just go put on a podcast and walk for 10 minutes on the treadmill at home. And that just kind of helps give me some clarity and boost my mood. And because sometimes after lunch, if I don't have somewhere to be right afterwards, I like kind of get like in this mode where I'm like, okay, what should I do now? What can I do to be productive? Like, oh, I kind of want to nap, but I kind of have a lot to do. Do I do homework? Like, So sometimes I'll just go walk for 10 minutes and then it just comes to me and then I figure out what I want to do. So that's super helpful. Also helps with digestion. And then I've talked about vitamin D a lot. So I highly recommend getting a vitamin D supplement. I use the Thorn brand, which has a liquid dropper. So I put 3 drops under my tongue at night before bed. And then I let it absorb before I swallow and take my other supplements. There's no upper limit for vitamin D, so it's a great supplement, safe for everyone to be taking, especially in the winter, when the sun isn't out much. So, highly recommend looking into a vitamin D supplement, um, because that's gonna help with your mood. It's gonna help with those seasonal blues, and your body needs it. So, yes, and then talking about supplements, the next thing, magnesium glycinate before bed has helped my sleep and my muscle recovery so much. I use the Pure brand. I ordered off Full Script, but I think you can also get it off of Amazon as well. Regarding movement, I know it can be tough to keep up with and stick to a workout routine around the holidays and when it's cold out because you may be busy or just struggling to find motivation, or you might be an outside workout person and now you can't do that. So it's hard to find motivation to kind of switch things up. So the first thing I have to say about that, you probably don't want to hear it, but your goals don't give a fuck about your motivation or how you feel. Discipline. Discipline is the only thing that you can control, and it's going to get you to your goals, whether it's your physical goals, your career goals, nutrition goals, relationship goals, literally whatever it is, discipline is the only thing that's going to get you there. That being said, if your body is telling you it needs a change or it needs a break or it's hurting or just feeling really burnt out, listen to it, because there's a big difference between burnout and just not feeling it, not feeling motivated. So listen to your body, know the difference. But if it's just a motivation thing, I would recommend maybe switching up your routine and kind of adapting to the season change, whether that's doing more low impact workouts, trying out hot yoga, hot Pilates in the wintertime, or doing your cardio in a different way, maybe with an indoor spin class. You know, I love my fucking spin classes if I could spin every day without being in pain. And yeah, I literally would. I would love to spin every day if I could. But just using the rowing machine or trying out the Stairmaster, incline walking, so many different ways to get cardio in, get the heart rate up, and your body moving. That's just going to help you feel more energized and less down. Literally doesn't have to be this whole insane hit workout, like crazy heart rate spikes and drops, but even just like a 10-minute walk, so powerful. Never underestimate the power of a 10-minute walk. So yeah, movement and food, truly the best medicine. Personally, for me, I like to get my movement in the morning right away, because it gets my day going and just makes it easier for me to stay productive throughout the day and allows me to kind of wind down and relax more in the afternoons. I know everyone's different when it comes to when they like to work out. So maybe you like an afternoon or a nighttime workout class after a long work day or after school. So just kind of recognizing what works best with you and makes you feel the best. I like the mornings just because I don't have to think about it. It's part of my morning routine, and also things can come up throughout the day, and I know that movement is important to me, so I like to make time for it when I know nothing's going to get in the way of that. That's my time in the morning to put energy into myself, and it just helps me be a better person to other people and myself throughout the rest of the day. So that is just me though. I've also, as I've talked about in the past, struggled with over-exercise, so I'm really working on finding that balance right now and trying to optimize muscle growth and recovery, and everything in between. So yeah, just do what works for you, but getting movement in, some sort of movement in every day can be super helpful. So yeah. When it comes to food, aiming to make your meals at home is a great way not only to provide yourself with your nutritional needs, but it's also a great form of self-care. By taking the time and effort and using your hands to create something for yourself, you're demonstrating love for yourself, which is extremely important. So leaning into the cold season, maybe trying out some new soup recipes and other warm foods, even with your snacks. Like I said, I've been loving warm oats lately. Just nourishing your body and trying out some new seasonal fruits and vegetables Some December produce that's in season right now. Beets, kiwi, carrots, sweet potatoes, my personal fave. If you know, you know. Pomegranate, cranberries, and cabbage. Try incorporating these foods into recipes. They're in season, they're at their prime, they're going to be cheaper at the grocery stores. So, yeah, I've really been loving roasted beets lately, and then pomegranate seeds as a topping on bowls and salads to kind of add some sweetness and some crunch. They almost remind me of boba because they kind of like pop in your mouth. So yeah, pomegranate seeds. Um, and yeah, roasted beets I've been loving lately. So, along with food, coming up with some staple recipes that don't take a lot of thinking and do you can just make them without having to think twice. It's a lot less daunting to cook and you're much more likely to do it instead of just ordering Uber Eats or going out. And if you need meal inspiration, I post a bowl of the day every day on my Instagram story at myverbaljournal.let'schat. Those links are linked in the show notes below. So if you're interested, follow me and get some meal inspo. Okay, next thing, getting more sleep. So important. And if you're interested in why the science behind it, because I'm gonna butcher everything I say, and Andrew Huberman is just, I mean, he's a goat. So I would really recommend listening to Andrew Huberman's podcast because he has so many episodes, especially that he recently released on the benefits of sleep and how much we should be getting to optimize recovery, brain function, and even reduce risk of future health issues and chronic diseases. So yeah, check him out. I think he's also coming out with a book about sleep soon, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'll definitely be buying that. I am so guilty of saying I'm going to bed early and then I get distracted or make dinner too late and then, gotta make my Ninja Creamy to hit my protein goals, or like I'll just be studying or watching TV and it just gets late and I end up going to sleep like 2 hours after I said I was going to. But when I do get 8 hours, it's rare during the school year, but definitely will be getting 8 hours at home. So I'm excited for that. But I feel like a whole different person. My lifts are better. I'm able to think clearer and just like generally feel better overall. So I try to set a bedtime reminder on my phone and then I'll set like rules for myself by kind of planning out the timing of things. Like I know how long it takes me to cook and eat my dinner. I know how long I want to journal. I know how long my nighttime routine takes. So kind of just like thinking ahead about the planning of that. I make sure to start my nighttime routine and wind down time so I can be in bed by 9:30 so I'm asleep by 10. That's like my goal. This doesn't always happen. And I know 9:30, being in bed at 9:30 might sound early for some of you. Maybe some of you are in bed at 8. You do you. But as I mentioned, I do wake up early, so trying to make sure that I get to bed on time is super important to me. So yeah, whether it's sleeping in or going to bed sooner, just kind of planning out your nighttime routine, your morning routine, and getting more done during the day when the sun's out so you're able to wind down and do some self-care before bed instead of being overwhelmed and stressed about the next day and like feeling like you're already behind when the next day hasn't even started. Because I hate that feeling. One thing that has really helped me get better sleep is my Hatch, like I've mentioned, playing noise before, like it has a sound machine, so I'll use that to help me sleep. And then I also have Bose sleep earbuds, so they're like flat earbuds and they connect to an app and they can play a bunch of different sounds. You can pick which ones. I use the Wanderlust sound and it just signals. It's like as soon as I turn it on, my brain's like, okay, time for bed, like because I've been using it for so long. But yeah, with those in, I can literally sleep through anything and I fall asleep instantly. And then obviously I said magnesium glycinate, that also really has been helping my sleep. But yeah, the Bose earbuds prevent me from hearing anything outside, or like maybe if you have roommates, they come back late. They'll prevent you from your sleep from being disrupted by that. Another thing, next tip, another thing, always makes me feel better, especially during the winter, is a nice 10 to 20 minute sauna session. I really should use the sauna more. We have one at the gym at TCU, um, but I normally have to rush to class at 8 a.m., so I'm not able to use it. Sorry, one sec. Because, yeah, I just don't have time in the mornings. But I'm definitely looking forward to using the sauna at Lifetime over winter break at home. I struggle to use the sauna in the summer just because it's already so hot out and it's less appealing, even though I really should just use it year round because it definitely helps ground me. Normally, when I do use the sauna, I listen to some sort of meditation or calming music and I try to just let my mind wander. And then if you don't have access to a sauna, taking 10 to 20 minutes a day to just sit down with your thoughts, let your mind wander. This can really just help put things in perspective and calm down your nervous system. I really struggle with overanalyzing things and constantly being in a rush. So taking that time to slow down just helps me reset and focus on what matters. So yeah, that's kind of that mindfulness piece. Highly recommend incorporating more of that into your day to day. Next thing, kind of touched on it before, but eating more fruits and vegetables. I like to prep mixed fruit bowls because they're just easy to take on the go, and you're much more likely to eat fruits and vegetables if they're already cut and ready to go than if you have to wash them, cut them, etc. So, buying some fruits and veggies, cutting them right away when you get home from the store, and then putting them in Tupperware will make you much more likely to eat them because we're all guilty of buying fresh produce and then letting it sit in our fridge until it goes bad and then having to throw it out. It's the worst. So I like to pair carrots, bell peppers, cucumbers with hummus, and then I'll normally buy a pineapple, strawberries, grapes, and then pears or peaches, whatever's kind of in season. And I'll make a fruit mixture to eat while I study or while I'm in class. So yeah, just fueling your body with real food, healthy carbs is going to give your brain the energy it needs to focus on school or work and just get through your day. So I typically have a really difficult time studying or completing a task when I'm hungry, and all I can think about is food. So make sure to pack snacks or have some in your car, your backpack, your gym bag, just always on hand in case. Some of my favorite snacks that are easy on the go are the True Bars. I like the cookie dough one. I think that's the only one I've tried. But they're 12 grams of protein and they have really good quality ingredients. And then I also like the Lesser Evil popcorn. They have a ton of different flavors. I think they even have some holiday flavors out right now. So check those out. They're easy to eat on the go. But yeah, keeping good snacks on hand at all times will kind of reduce your need to go through drive-thrus or order Uber Eats because you're properly nourished throughout the day and you aren't waiting until you're absolutely starving to eat, and then you're starving, you're in a bad mood, and you just need food now, so you tend to overeat or order shitty food. So yeah, just incorporating more whole foods, more fruits and vegetables into your diet. Just going to give you some vitamins and minerals that are going to optimize your physical body and just help your mental health, boost your mood. So I would challenge you to go to the grocery store or the farmer's market and buy a new vegetable or fruit that you've never ever tried before and look up recipes on how to prepare it. Try it out. Maybe you do it with a friend or a family member. And you can even make this like a competition to see who can make the best dish with a fruit or vegetable you've never tried or just rarely eat. But yeah, the more food variety you can get in, the better balance of vitamins, minerals, bioactives, all that your body gets. So coming from someone who eats the same thing every day, the same things every day, I really aim to switch up my dinners and incorporate different veggies or just try preparing them differently with different herbs and spices. Herbs and spices have a bunch of great nutritional value and they make our food taste so much better. So don't let them just sit in your cabinet. Definitely start using them more. But yeah. Next thing, I know we've all heard it, but journaling consistently. Coming from someone who suppresses their emotions and internalizes them, journaling is kind of the only thing that can get me to confront them and kind of allows me to actually feel what I'm feeling. So for me, I was never really able to be consistent for a long period of time with journaling because honestly, a lot of times I just didn't want to confront how I felt, and a blank piece of paper was really intimidating. So one thing that has helped me lately, I've been more consistent with journaling. I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm perfect and do it every single day because I definitely don't. But I've been really implementing it, probably doing it every day, every other day, for the past month or two. So one thing that's really helped me is a journal my friend Maya got me. Shout out Maya. But it's this right here. It's called Burn After Writing. Um, and it has a ton of different guides, fill in the blanks, prompts, ideas. So you don't have to, it's not like a blank piece of paper that you're just like having to write down everything, but it has different sections, one word things, different prompts. Yeah. So sometimes I'll just like flip to a page if I'm not feeling it, flip to a new page and boom, something, I'll just fill it out. And it kind of gets some ideas flowing and um honestly, it's made me think about some things from my past that I had like pushed away and even like suppressed and forgotten about, which has been really eye-opening and just kind of helped me understand why I am the way that I am, why I do what I do. So, yeah. But some days, even that can be a little daunting. So, on days where I'm not really feeling the brain engagement or the emotional commitment of journaling, I decided to purchase a coloring book. This is her. It's called Cute as Fuck, Volume 2, Adult Coloring Book. But I got it off TikTok Shop. And it is like a cuss word a cuss word coloring book. So there's different phrases and stuff on the pages that are kind of funny. Um, and they're just fun. I don't know. This one, Fly the Fuck Away From Me. Relatable, honestly. So maybe I'll do that on the plane on the way home. But yeah, on days where I'm not really feeling the emotional commitment of journaling, that is a good way to still maintain the habit and incorporate your nighttime, incorporating that wind down time into your nighttime routine. So yeah. Another thing, making a playlist with all your favorite songs and blasting it in the shower or in your room and just dancing and singing and not thinking about anything else for just 10 minutes, however long it is. I got a waterproof shower speaker off Amazon, and I fucking love that thing. I can have my little shower concerts. So that really just helps boost my mood, or just going on a 20-minute drive, and blasting music. That always just helps me. Personally, SZA is my go-to. Been listening to her album on fucking repeat lately. Can't get enough of it. I really want to see her and Kendrick in concert. So if anyone wants to go with me, let me know, because I definitely need to go to that concert. I wish she was coming to Denver, but I think she's coming to Dallas, so maybe I'll try to go to that. Okay, couple more things. Call your loved ones more often. I call my mom so many times a day, and just to chat about anything random. Tell her the most basic thing, but that just really helps me kind of get out of my own head and just communicate. So, yeah, I have a lot more that I could say, but wow, this is a long episode. Sorry if you guys are bored, but if you're still here, you're a fucking real one, and I appreciate you. But that's kind of all I have for you guys today. I'm gonna go make dinner. So, yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope this kind of sparked a little bit of hope or excitement in you, and maybe inspired you to make a small change, add something in your routine, put yourself and your health first. I know how it can be easy to feel stuck this time of year and feel pressure to make a bunch of changes or feel behind going into a new year. I'd encourage you to listen to my last episode on New Year's resolutions if you are feeling this way. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas, a great winter break. Don't get too overwhelmed with all the details, all the family drama. Just try to protect your peace and find gratitude in each day. But yeah, don't forget to share this episode with someone who may benefit from it. Leave a rating and review, and feel free to DM me with feedback, questions, or topics if topics you might want me to discuss in future episodes. So, my DMs are open, and my Instagrams, the podcast Instagram and my personal, are linked below. But thank you guys so much for listening. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Much love, Maci.